Hello, this is Dr. Libby Kemkaran of Tame Your Brain, part 11, and welcome to today's Kitten Bite Size of neuropsychology and what we need to survive and thrive. And I know that sounds really cheesy, but it's true. We've all been running major change on our bodies and brains, and whilst we've managed to adapt our physical behaviours to these changes, the new normal is accepted physically, our brains haven't yet caught up. So we're still running some circuits that aren't going to feel that comfortable. I'm on this mini mission to help you with that, and I want to connect with as many people as I can with this message that what you're feeling is probably fine. And so today I'm going to be talking about how to deal with feeling bad about feeling bad and prepping for what we're covering this week, which is how do we choose the right goals so that we don't either overwhelm ourselves or underwhelm ourselves. So without further ado, let's have a look at our babies today. There has been a massive change. They've suddenly started moving around of their own volition, and we've actually begun to see some play behaviours, which is just gorgeous. And this all comes from when those eyes pop open, suddenly we can see things start to change, and we've got little legs waving, and we just saw little mini Queenie take a chunk out of Stripe. Just started biting paws, and it's really funny. At the back there you can see little Stripes having a go at, I think, Penguin's head. Is that Penguin? Yeah, I think so. Or it might be Smudge. No, that's Smudge. And they're beginning to choose different patterns to run, and isn't that brilliant to see it in real time? So what we're talking about today is more about this choice of behaviours. I think what we're going to do is we're going to feed Mummy and get the kittens out now so they can have a little start to pootle around a bit more. And look, you can see the legs are waving. It's going so well. So I mentioned that I reply to all comments and messages. I love getting comments and messages. It shows me that it's having an impact. I'm getting some lovely flattering comments, and thank you for those. But what I'm also seeing is some really common themes coming up. And I've also seen these playing out on the many Facebook groups that I'm on. I'm incredibly nosy about humans. I've studied business psychology for years. I've studied the human animal as a creature. I've got this degree in neural mechanisms of behaviour that started my passion for this. And I'm really fascinated by this one, hello Smudge, this one main thread that I keep seeing, which is that we've got a lovely lady called Debbie who said, I feel really stupid and inadequate for not coping. And I fell into that stupid trap of thinking it's the same for everyone, and therefore I should be able to deal with it. Also, the fact that I used to be a psychiatric nurse made me feel even worse for not being able to cope. Now, isn't that interesting? And thank you so much, Debbie, for saying that we can sort of dig into this a bit today as my main little point for discussion. Because you've got three layers there. You're seeing your reactions, you're labelling it, I'm not coping. And then you're immediately feeling guilt and shame. And those are two really toxic emotions. And then you compound that by saying it's the same for everybody. And then you layer that with proof that you somehow should be able to cope with, I was a specialist nurse, so I should have even more bulletproof armour. And somehow avoid this not coping. And as I said to you before, I hate the word coping because it implies there's something bad. And the loop we've got into when we start having these thoughts is we feel bad for feeling bad. In a global pandemic that's an actual mortal threat to everyone, just like Spanish flu that decimated 50 million. And when I say it like that, I'm hoping you can see and feel how nuts it is to feel in any way bad for feeling bad. It's completely normal. But here's the great news. You have total power to change how you feel. And again, I'm going to give you a great little tool here. Instead of feeling all your feelings, I want you to flick a little curiosity switch in your brain. So instead of feeling them, we're just going to notice them and we're going to name them. And just become an observer to it and get really curious, because with curiosity we can reach a completely different set of pathways and neural networks to our brain. If we only just feel, we're locked into our limbic system, which is our oldest brain. And that sometimes has hair trigger responses so fast that you're feeling something before you can even put a name to it. And then you're crying and you don't know why. Or you're shouting at full volume at your kids, you know, the sort of shout that actually hurts your throat, it's that loud, yeah, that one. So how do we do this job of remapping what our feelings mean? It's called reframing, and it's about neuroassociative conditioning, which is something I've been focused on for 20 years now. And it's basically rewiring the brain so that we don't have to sit in an emotion that's not healthy. Because we have access to good feelings, we've always got what's good available to us, but so is what's bad. Notice it, say to yourself, how interesting, I'm feeling guilt at feeling a little bit rubbish today, and just take the heat out of it a little. So let's take goals. If you're one of those type A's who saw lockdown coming and like me bought all the clay, bought all the felt and that 5 litres of hallway paint, then when those goals don't get utilised, it's really easy to use that as a big stick and beat yourself up. But here's the thing, when you deliberately choose a different frame, the same action or inaction can then mean something completely different. And again, I have to stress that this is not just some use a positive mental attitude. I don't agree that that fixes enough for our brains. When you get curious, when you get more resilient in your thought processes and literally begin to train your mind patterns, you get to completely alter context and meaning for you. So here's an example. My hallway paint is not a waste of money that's just sitting there. My hallway paint is ready and waiting for when I've got my office back under control and can start my next exciting project. So Mummy's giving us a little bit of a sign that she expects them in the box. She's looking and they're not in the box. They are not in the box. Evie, do you just want to gather them up into a little pile? And then she might be encouraged to sit down and feed here. Well done, Mama. So my children equally are reframed as not being feral, unwashed wastrels that are interested in doing nothing other than sitting on their devices all day, but instead we're calling it that they're having some free time, they're having some free play time, whilst Mummy's on back-to-back conference calls with my industry, because I'm busy planning and strategising the webinars that I'm doing with the industry to guide people back out on the other side of this. And language is hugely powerful, it's not just words. Words have huge meaning, and meaning makes you feel stuff. It's just a frame. So, as I said, this week our frame is going to be goals, and we're running out of time today because to probably cover this I need to cover the 2 human fears. So we're going to come back tomorrow live at 5 to discover those. We're just going to do a little special moment of Evie, can you find me Pingu and Mini Queenie? Because we've got a little girl called Margot whose birthday it is today, and these are our 2 little girls along with Queenie the mummy. Hi! So that's Pingu, she's giving a good lick to, and you can just see that's little mini Queenie there, big blue eyes. Hi Mama, what do you think? What do you think? So yeah, they're all very, very much more active, and I've got someone nudging my leg, yep, down there. So if you've just joined us on this series, all the other kitten videos are available on my website kemkaran.com and on my YouTube channel. I'm on this mission, as I say. I want to reach as many people as I can with helpful messages that improve how you're feeling, because it's really important to feel good right now. It's difficult, but it's not impossible. So please do, if you're in any way inspired and any of this resonates with you, share it with anyone you think needs to hear it. Please share the love. Mummy Greets seem a bit sad right now, and that makes me sad. So this was Tame Your Brain part 11. This is my little mission for the next couple of weeks while these baby kittens grow up. So do come back, do hit like, follow, share, and I will see you tomorrow. Stay well. Bye.